All right, we are live. We are live.
Uh,
What's going on, Coach Jasmine? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Definitely doing well. Today, I want to jump on and really talk about the importance of what's happening right now in the space. What's happening right now in the cryptocurrency space. Now, we see that Bitcoin just hit new all-time highs, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And those all-time highs are getting ready to soar and scale to even bigger and better all-time highs. So, first off, how do you feel about the climate of the cryptocurrency space right now?
I'm excited. I'm excited because when I see Bitcoin moving, I know the altcoins about to follow. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, absolutely. So, with that being said, how important is it for people to not procrastinate right now and to dive into the market? How important it is for people to really sit inside themselves and have a conversation with themselves right now on how they could potentially change the entire outcome of their financial future just simply by moving, grooving in this same space right now and being active in this space right now.
To me, it's super important just for the simple fact that where we are right now in the economy, we're kind of like put in a position where we have no choice. We have nothing else to lose. Like, it's either we're going to do something different to gain more wins, or we're going to just keep wishing and wishing moving forward. So right now, I feel like we're put in a corner to where we have nothing else to lose, and now is the time to take action.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's one of the
Hold
things
on
I've
one
always
second.
spoke
Let me
on is taking
just
action.
hold on.
Right. That's one of the things I've always spoke on is just taking action, being able to be in the space, being able to be in the system of knowing. You see, when you are a person who is always in the system of trying to be on top of things, always in the system of always being in the circle, in the inner circle, or in the system of just always digesting knowledge, you will never let anything surprise you. You always have something to fall back on. Case in point, when I first got into the crypto space back in 2011, nobody knew what Bitcoin was. Hell, people still don't understand well, a lot of people still don't fully understand what Bitcoin is. But when I got into the space back then, nobody understood what Bitcoin was. Nobody knew what blockchain technology was. But the technology really spoke to me. It really got to me so deeply to the point to where I couldn't see anything outside of blockchain technology. I've seen the value of the other systems. I've seen the value of Bitcoin, and that's what made me dive into it even deeper. So, just speaking in general, how important is it for you to invest into information, and not just information in general, but the next information, or the biggest information that's moving in the world space right now?
It's extremely important. And again, not just information, but applied information. I have friends and family who still don't know what Bitcoin is, but they trust my judgment and they've seen results. I have people to this day in my corner who still don't know what Bitcoin is. They'll say, Jasmine, I still don't know what we're doing. I just see my money growing. So again, we're put in a position where you're cornered in to where you have nothing else to lose at this point other than taking risk, because the economy is not looking to save anybody. Things are going to get worse at this point. So to me, it's super important. Even if you're ignorant to the information, what else do you really have to lose? I'm talking about people who put $10 into their portfolio and they already made hundreds.
Mm, that's a positive thing to see your money grow. Because most people, honestly, if you really think about it, most people have what's called a lottery pick type of mind mentality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people want to just put a small amount of money into something and they want to make $1 million tomorrow. But being an investor comes with a lot more risk, a lot more than that right there, to be honest. Because when you're an investor, you're investing into a lifestyle. You're not just investing into a space to where you can potentially make money. No, you're making money continuously because you're investing into the lifestyle, not the actual network, not the actual thing. You see, we invest into multiple different avenues in the cryptocurrency space. Futures is just one avenue. Spot trading is another avenue, right? I know that a lot of people think this market is kind of dead, but it's not. NFTs is another avenue. So by being an investor, stocks, we get into real estate investing. But by being in a space and being in a network of people who are always looking for that next innovative tool, you will always be able to have access to the information.
Yep.
Yeah. And information is what? Wealth.
Applied information, because you got people
Apply.
who still get the information and they'll still sit on it.
Yeah, that's the first
I'll
thing.
tell on myself, because you've been giving me this information for years now, and I just started taking action. So, yeah, it's cool. I'm in it now, though. I'm applying it now, so I'm not beating myself up.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's crazy that I think that's the worst waste of talent. That's the worst waste of just brain power, honestly, for anybody to have access to information and still not take use to it. So I take heed to it. I had a friend of mine who went to law school, passed the bar and everything, and he had so much information when it came down to law, yet he did not want to be a lawyer.
Mm.
And I was like, but yet he turned around and he complained about being broke all the time. I'm like, how can you be broke when you have access to knowledge that could literally put millions in your pocket?
Exactly.
And he was giving out information for free. No, that's not the way the game works. If you have access to knowledge, you know something, and you're proficient in what you think you know, you should definitely apply it. Get paid for it. We have people in the BBA who are very, very well when it comes down to building business credit, building personal credit. All right. Utilize that information. Utilize your mind. Utilize that skill set. Utilize that tool. Right? People are making millions off of those tools. People are making millions off of teaching people how to chart. We have 2 courses coming up. We actually have 4 courses coming up where we got Coach Bam and Coach Jonah. They'll be teaching charting, going over charting. They are what I like to call very, very well off when it comes down to charting in the space. So they're getting ready to teach a charting class. I have a thinking of a master plan class. Thinking of a master plan class, I've already done the calculations. That series of classes that I did has probably already accumulated over $600,000 for people collectively. And
You
that
said
was over
separately?
collectively over 600. Well, no, it's more than that. Has to be more than that because 12 people hit over $100,000 in profits. So well over $1 million.
And Bitcoin was going up some more, and I know people already made some money.
So well over $1 million has been made just by taking a course that costs literally $100. Right? So gaining information and utilizing that information, applying that information is how you build wealth. There's nothing sadder than somebody who has access to everything and still doesn't use it. Imagine how many people do we know personally who went to school for something and never used that information?
Majority, 90%.
I have a bachelor's in applying. I have a bachelor's in science, and I never use it.
I don't use my computer science degree.
Yeah, I never used it. I could have did this out of high school, right? But in the same sense, just to push the point, you have to utilize the information that you get. You have to utilize the information, and you have to be willing to invest into information. That's the number one. That's another thing that people don't really understand. Really, most people don't want to invest into information. Investing into information is how you build wealth. I paid literally thousands for courses. I probably paid over $40,000 for courses, books. I got a book right now on my shelf. That costs over $2,000. But the information that I got from that book probably made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right? I've taken courses that didn't teach me a damn thing. But that was a learning lesson, or I met the right person, I shook the right hand in that course, you know? So it's all about gaining information and applying that information.
But even when you give out free information, people don't take advantage of that either.
No, they don't. A lot of people don't. They don't. And this for multiple reasons. In order for a person to be able to take advantage of of information, you have to first see value in it. And oftentimes people of I hate to say it, but a lower income class, they don't see value in information.
Yeah.
I've had people who were in the higher middle class and going into the upper class tell me my courses were too cheap, and get back with them when my courses are over $50,000. Because they said if your course is this cheap, I don't see the value in it. versus someone else saying, I want you to give me free information, and they still don't use the damn information. Right?
When you told me that story, something literally happened to me this week.
I think you cut out, Jasmine. But yeah, people don't value information. People do not value information. You have to be able to value information. Okay, we got you back on.
Okay, sorry, I had a call coming in. But I remember you telling this story. You was telling us this story, and the same thing literally happened to me because I'm in sales. And the process that we do is that we make people go through a qualification process, just for that certain class of people. And this one lady said, I'm not interested anymore into your program because I don't need to be qualified for anything. I buy what I like and I buy what I want. Long story short, she was a millionaire. Her mindset was different. She said, I don't need to qualify. If I want to buy it, I just want to buy it. Like, just tell me what it is so I can buy it. So money technically was lost that day. We ended up just talking to her. But money was technically lost that day because we realized we had to move different for different classes. Mm-hmm. So when you want more, it's best to just operate as if that more is already there, as if we should have been operating as if we already had those type of clients coming in every single day and moving at that level.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can tell you how many times I've had conversations with people who are a lot wealthier than I am, who will tell me straight up, if your course is anything less than 50,000, I don't want to take it because I don't see the value.
Facts.
No, he said, and they'll tell you like this. He said, because wealthy people, they value convenience. They value the point that you're going to give me a shortcut to something. Yep. I don't have to go through this. I can build off of this. Like I have one of my clients right now, one of my students, his whole goal is to make 10%. So all he wants to make is 10%. Right? Most people can't fathom that because your 10% may be 10% of $100 or 10% of $1,000. His 10% is 10% of 500, 600,000. So if he can make 10% consistently every single week, that's all he needs.
Facts.
Right? So your goal may be to hit 300, 400, 500% gainer. You may be a risky trader, right? Want to dive into the risk, and I have some knucklehead ass students who love to dive into those risky trades.
Right? Majority of your active students,
yeah, want to dive into those risky trades. Okay, cool. But the same thing goes. If you're hitting 10%, you're hitting your profit percent gain. That's all that matters at the end of the day. But it took for those students to apply the knowledge on their level in order for them to be able to reach that same plateau. All right. Some people want 10% weekly. Some people can get 10% multiple times a day. Some people want to go for the gusto. Let them go. Right. But they all applied that knowledge.
I will say, being a part of the BBA community, 10% weekly is more than achievable. So if people just don't even understand the value of that, it's like 10% gains. I feel like that's something you should guarantee at this point, because we be hitting way more than 10% gains on a day-to-day basis multiple times.
I can definitely guarantee profits. I have not had a student yet, knock on wood. I have not had a student yet who came into the Blockchain Bro Academy or into one of my courses who haven't made profits.
Right.
Yeah, in some form of fact, you're going to be profitable. Now, whether you stick with the program is all on you. The only thing I can do is take you to the water. I can't make you drink.
Facts.
All right. But I take you to the water and I can give you a cup. I can give you all the essential tools for you to drink as much water as you need. but it's going to take you. It's going to take you to go get down there and scoop that water up. But yeah, we can definitely guarantee profits in the BBA. All right. Guarantee profits. We can guarantee profits simply just by dollar cost averaging. All right. If you get into the market and dollar cost average right now, especially with Bitcoin making this move it's making right now, you can pretty much guarantee yourself all the way into the millionaire mark simply by following a simple process, following a simple plan. And if you want me to build that plan for you, hit me up. I got limited slots available.
Build that plan for us. So we're definitely satisfied in this household. But the goal, of course, y'all, is it's just to bring more awakening for those who don't know. Like, y'all may not know what Bitcoin is, but you've heard the terminology. And even though it may sound foreign to you, just ask those who have been a part of that and just see what their experience has been. And I can vouch for the community of BBA. The experience have been amazing for a lot of people. So, and just seeing the different testimonials, and then even just appreciating your race, like even where I am with Bitcoin, I've just, it was awakening for me just seeing how my money grew being in this space versus it just sitting in my savings account. So just relearning the ways on how I thought about money and watching how it's growing even more because I've been open to information that was once ignorant to me at the time or new to me at the time.
You know, absolutely, absolutely. And that's what we do at the BBA. We're a community. We want to build up, I wanted to build up a community that would, you know, pretty much be a step-by-step guide to help people dive into the markets, or a step-by-step guide to get answers when you need answers to certain questions. You know, because it takes a community to build this. Now, when I first started, I had to go and dive into it head first, and a lot of the lessons that I had to dive in head first and actually got my head bumped multiple times are lessons that a lot of the students of the Blockchain Bro Academy don't have to go through now because I went through them, right? A lot of the money that was not lost, but lessons. We don't take L's in the BBA, we take lessons. A lot of the money that were actually, you know, were lessons that gets poured back into the students because now you don't have to take that same lesson. You can take a different lesson that will actually be profitable for you where it wasn't profitable for me, right? It's all about diving into the market. It's all about getting into the information extremely early so that you can be in place to ride that market wave. That's what it's about. That's what we do. And that's how you make profit.
Absolutely.
All right. So, you got anything else from Coach Jasmine before we jump off?
Well, just like how we've been talking about how people really don't appreciate free. For those who are like still on the fence and want to be able to get their feet wet, I do want to point out that BBA even allows you to get a trial. You know, you can come in and see the different knowledges. First of all, if we've seen people who get profits just from free plays that Cliff will post on social media, imagine what other information you would get by being inside of the community for free. And then you will be able to make a decision if this is something that you want to move with. So that way you can continue to build your legacy or whatever it is that you're working in on the back end to just get your time freedom back. So shout out to Cliff for even allowing you to just get your feet wet a little bit to see what it is we have going on. So that way you can make a decision to move forward for either you or your family or whatever your purpose is.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you want to, you can dive into a course. Like I said, I had a student literally the other day. Today's Friday, Wednesday, brand spanking new. She's only been with me for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I'm gonna say that again. 3 weeks. Dove into a play called M. You seen how M ran. M ran through the roof. She made $10,000. She made $10,000 in 3.5 hours. She pretty much paid for her course and then some, over some, multiple times over in 3 hours. That's power.
That is more than powerful. That's power. 3 hours.
3 hours, 3.5 hours.
She didn't have to force nobody to buy something from her. She didn't have to force people to take action. She just showed up for herself and made that money.
Yeah, she believed in herself. And you should believe in yourself as well. So it's time for y'all to dive into the market because this stuff, we've been talking about it. I've been talking about this stuff till I'm blue in the face. The stuff is happening literally right now. It's been happening. We've been in the space. It's time for you to dive.
This space is super dope, y'all. Because you have the opportunity to make like real income, even if you are an introvert. And that's what I do appreciate about it. That's what I do appreciate about this space. Even if you're an introvert, you've thought about wanting to get into sales because you want to be able to write your own check, but you don't know how to. Diving into this community and taking advantage of this information will allow you to make that type of income and still stay to yourself if that's just what you choose to do. So I even wanted to throw that out there for the introverts, the people who feel like they have to go talk to people to make money. No, just talk to the right person to get the right information for you to even make money for yourself.
You know what, Jasmine? I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the reason why I started investing.
See?
People think I'm a people person, and I can be. I'm a little bit of both, but I like to be by myself oftentimes. So it allowed me to be and sit in my space and just trade and make money. That's one of the biggest reasons I started investing, because I didn't want to be around a lot of people.
See?
Right? I wanted to be in my space making money. Right. And here's another thing that a lot of people don't think about either. What about the workers who work in certain fields like the hairdressers? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Not hairdressers, but yeah, people who work in the hair field, barbers, hell, strippers, people who don't
Facts.
have a
People
retirement
who
plan.
only make money when they have to show up and go to work. They don't have the money working for them.
Exactly. Those people are the number one people who need to be inside of our courses. People who don't have a retirement plan. And I'm gonna tell you something, you have a 401k, you really don't have a retirement plan either. But those people who just have a cash flow business, you're probably the person who needs to be in this course the most. You're the
Facts.
person who needs to be inside the BBA the most, because this is the way you build up for your retirement. This is the way you build yourself up, and not just yourself. I do it for my children. This is the way you build up your future generations.
Yep. I agree. Me coming from the hair industry, I knew it wasn't going to be the industry for me for a long time when I realized I was standing on my feet for hours and hours and hours, only 22 years old at the time. And I was like, this can't be my life. My life is not going to be me standing behind a chair just to make the certain income that I wanted to make. So if you are in the hair industry and you don't have a way to make your income work for you, or maybe you realize, oh, I can sell courses, I can do this, I can do that, but you really don't want to keep having to deal with people. Again, this is how you can do that and still go about your day.
Absolutely. And on that note, we got multiple different courses coming up. I got the Thinking of a Master Plan course, the course that has already created over $1 million+. All right, we just confirmed that. Thinking of a Master Plan course. We have another one coming up next Saturday. That course is only $99 until Sunday. I'm gonna say that again. Only $99 until Sunday. After Sunday,
Y'all, I
that
will be
course is
there.
going back to $200+. But it's $99 until Sunday. We have the 6-week crypto/crypto futures group course that's starting up. That one is $150 deposit. It's $699.97. It's a 6-week course, full throttle course that will be taught by me and a few of the BBA coaches. All right. I have a few slots available for my 12-week one-on-one lifetime mentorship course. I have payment plans available for that course. So one-on-one 12-week course with lifetime mentorship. Last but not least, the 12-month. I mean, it's really, honestly, it's a lifetime course. But the 6-month Millionaire Mindset course, which is a course, that's my most exclusive course that I don't talk about at all mostly. But that's my most exclusive course. That's not just crypto investing, that's crypto, stocks, precious metals, and international real estate, international business deals. All right.
Yep.
Incorporation, business and corporations, business entities. You're basically turning yourself into a full throttle entrepreneur. That course is being done as a group course now. And it is it's 60% off of the original $25,000 price per person.
Wow.
So hit me up. Slots are extremely limited. You know, my slots fill up fast, but if I don't have room for you, we can always get you to a BBA coach like Coach Jasmine. All right.
I'll get us up.
All right. Thanks. I will talk to y'all later, team. Peace.
All right.